Yo. What's up, guys? Let me just give me a sec. I'm gonna post this on X. I'm gonna retweet this with or repost it. Quote live now. Don't cry. We got 8 minutes until the 8:30 news candle, and I'm gonna explain it. Just give me a second. So I'm going to be trading with MNQ for this. I have to log out of this trading view now. Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second. Get rid of some of these apps. Trading view. Let me share this real quick. We still got 7 minutes, so we should be good. Share. So for those in Pacific time, I think it's like 5:30 right now. It's 8:30 at night here in Thailand. Okay, actually, let me log into this quick. Hold on, guys. Connection warning. Trading with this broker via multiple tabs is not possible. I'm not trading it with multiple tabs. All right, there we go. Apex Trader Funding. So pretty much what's going to happen is at 8:30 we have NFP. So non-farm payroll news comes out, and there's going to be a big candle that forms, or there should be in theory. It doesn't always happen, but it should happen today. And what's going to happen is we're going to look for one side of the candle to get targeted, so the high of the candle or the low. So it should have formed some big wicks to the upside and the downside. One individual candle at 8:30. Sometimes it's 2 candles, depending on what happens. But there should be a big wick to the upside and the downside. So the goal is we're going to wait for one to get taken out, and then we're going to target the other. Unless there's a really good inverse fair value gap targeting the upside, we might not wait for the wick at the bottom to get taken, but we'll have to see what we get. Let me just quickly log in here. I don't know how it works with seeing passwords, so I'm just going to move it off the screen quick. Okay. All right, so we just formed equal highs. Was that on NQ as well? Let me see. So here's what I think is going to happen. We have this big 15-minute and 4-hour fair value gap here. I think we're probably going to get a move to the upside to rebalance this and target these equal highs. Now, we do have all this LRLR here, so maybe we get a move down first and then a move up. That would be even better, in my opinion, to sweep out all the liquidity that people have to the long side. But we'll have to see what we get. I'm trying to use NQ to see if we have equal highs or not, and we don't on NQ. But on MNQ, we seem to. But I could care less about MNQ. 4 minutes, guys. Yo, what's up, Bob? Bobby Paris. Damn, bro. I thought more people would show up to this. But it's early, I get it. It's 5:30 in the morning for some people. Tesla's at 244, 243. Alright guys, 3 minutes till this candle. Let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. It's pretty crazy. So I'm in Bangkok right now, in the main heart of the city. And you guys probably can't see it. I mean, I'll try and rotate my screen. I mean, my laptop. But I have this huge window here, and there's no rain, but every night for the last 5 nights, there's been lightning. So outside of my room, I can see the whole skyline, and there's just tons of lightning bolts. Like every maybe 2 or 3 minutes, you get a big one. So cool to see. So when I go to bed, I have the windows open, and I'm just watching the lightning. It's crazy. And no thunder too, which is kind of weird. I don't know how that really works, but no rain and no thunder, but lightning. This was a really good 1 minute inverse, by the way, to the short side. We took out liquidity to the upside, 1 minute IFEG down to take out liquidity. Now, we didn't quite hit it just yet, but yeah, so we have all this LRLR here. Looks like nobody wants to take a setup. It's okay though, you know? It is what it is. We're gonna trade with 3 micro contracts for this specific account. And we're gonna wait to see what we get. Put on some music, but I don't want to get copyrighted. And let's see what we get. Oh, I knew it. I literally knew it. Look, 50-minute inverse. Did we take out the equal highs? All right, we haven't taken out the equal highs yet, so I'm still looking for an upside move, guys. All right, so we're going to have to wait and see what price action forms. For now, this is the data high right here. So what I'm thinking might happen here. It's a tough call, but what I'm thinking might happen here is we get a little bit of a downside move. We trade into this 1 minute fair value gap, and then we get a move up to the data highs without taking out the lows. That's what I'm thinking right now, but let's see what we get. I'm in Los Angeles. I just came back from Japan. So no 1 minute fair value gap formed just yet. This is our data high right here. And if we get a nice sweep of the data highs, I will leave runners and target all the way up here. For NQ, that would equate to this little 15-minute buy side, which if we look at MNQ, it's right here. So somewhere not quite at this high, but close to it is where I would leave runners, because there's equal highs. So let's see what we get here. Yo, who's in the live stream? I just looked and saw that we have some people in here. Are you guys trading right now live? But yeah, ideally we'd want to see liquidity swept to the downside and then it move back up to data highs, but I don't know what we're gonna get. Oh, what's up, Simon? How are you, bro? You're what is it? A wealth generator on X? You just joined the group, right? I gave you the discount code. All right, so let's see if we get a setup. That's it, all good. Oh yeah, Mr. Thailand, let's go. Glad to see you in here. So, ideally, guys, I want to see a 1 minute liquidity sweep of this downside wick, and then I want to see us get an IFVG to data highs. I don't see anything optimal right now. We do have this 1 minute bullish fair value gap, but it's really small and it's not like anything too obvious, so not exactly what I wanted to see. Beach trading, exactly. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this is not an ideal setup that I was expecting to see, but we'll have to see what we get. Like right here, there's no setup for me to target upside trading. We didn't even balance a 1 minute gap. So if we take out data highs, we could get a 1 minute inverse down to target data lows. That's a potential scenario. But I'd ideally like to see an upside move, but first I want to target this low. Yeah, so I'm praying for a downside move first, because if you guys didn't know, fun fact, the markets move up about 75% of the time. So statistically, you are at a much higher advantage taking longs than you are taking shorts. And to me right now, I want these equal highs on NQ. So algorithmically, these are like a magnet for price. So I'd rather see liquidity to the downside get taken. Everybody gets stopped out of their longs, and then we move up. But if we get the upside move first, then we don't really have much to work with. I think we're going to hit this now, but let's see what we get. Again, you have to be disciplined, right? No setup means no trade. Yo, Simon, are you, where are you from again? What state are you from? All right, we're about to hit data highs, guys. It's going to go without me. Oh yeah, you're in London. That's right, that's right. So you got, what time is it for you right now? For me, it's 8:30 at night. I mean, I know you know that, obviously, because you've been to Thailand, but for Indochina time. 13:30. I think that's actually a pretty decent time to trade. The only issue is it's kind of like for work time for you guys, right? Ugh, we're gonna hit data highs first. So annoying. So this could just be a very bullish day where we just continue up to buy side, but I'm not 100%. All right, guys, so the most anticipated red folder news 8:30 data candle setup. we didn't get a setup. Sucks, but that's how trading works sometimes. That's the reality, is you wake up early. For example, for me, normally I'm in Los Angeles, so for me this would be 5:30 a.m. So I'd plan the day before, in theory, being in LA, and I'd wake up early, and then a setup doesn't occur. So it is what it is. I like trading the US because the afternoon works better for me. Yeah, definitely. It's just easier, like, yeah, I guess it depends what time, but yeah, for you guys, the market opens at 14:30, so that's what, 2:30 in the afternoon. But you can wait a few hours. You can trade the afternoon session as well. So if we get, in theory, if we get this fair value gap to inverse right here, making it an inverse fair value gap, we could target this internal low and target this fair value gap. 4:30 till 2100, so all good. Yeah, that is good. I like those times. I really don't like waking up at 5:30 in the morning to trade, especially on a day like this where I'm waking up and the setup that I want is not forming. It's really annoying. So I actually like trading Thailand time, but it's also it's a little bit because it's late. But as a trader, that actually does help in some aspects, because then you're less likely to go until you take a few trades. Let's say you lose, you're tired, you go to bed. It's hard from Thailand because it's so late, though. But yeah, better than 5:30 in LA. Yeah, I think it depends what you trade. So for me, it's 8:30 here, so trading an 8:30 Eastern time setup is good because it's better than waking up early in the US. But I also like trading the afternoon session, which would be like whatever 1 to 3 a.m. here. So that's also not great. But yeah, there's pluses and minuses for sure. Simon, have you ever day traded, or do you just do long-term investing, or any other anything else related to the markets? I have a feeling, guys, that this is just going to be an upside move up to these equal highs. There's plenty of times where we just keep going up and up and up. QQQ, we're about to hit a weekly and a monthly and a quarterly level, which was support, and now this could potentially be turning into resistance. So we have to be careful, that's for sure. Day and long. Oh, cool, Simon. Do you trade futures, or do you trade like specific stocks? Also, whoever else is in the chat, I know Bobby, he trades NQ with me. But whoever else is in the chat, I'm curious to know what you guys trade. If it's just stocks, or if it's futures as well. Oh, this is so annoying. Bobby, I'm only NQ. Yeah, I know you trade NQ, Bobby. You're the GOAT. There's a few people that I've seen that come into this stream that trade NQ. It seems to be really popular. And Simon does stocks. Yeah, I used to be a stock day trader, and I just find that NQ is a lot more accurate. Like I used to... When I first started trading stocks, it was in 2020. Before I knew ICT concepts, before I knew anything related to futures. And I used to follow this guy named Jade on Trades. If you guys ever have a chance to look him up. I think he's such a... I wouldn't say he's a fraud, but I think he wasn't honest about what he does. He claims that he trades options on Tesla, like day trades options, naked calls and puts. I think 99% of traders that say, first of all, 95% of traders don't actually know how to trade and they're not profitable. But second of all, 99.9% of naked option day traders, I think, are unprofitable. I don't think it's possible long term to be profitable doing it unless you have some kind of an insane system, which I don't think they do, but I don't think this guy did. And I started with that and I lost a lot of money. And then I found ICT, traded that for about 2 years. It's almost going on 3 now, and I have been profitable for almost 2 years trading ICT concepts. And then I have my long-term investing. Learned a lot about economics and macroeconomic trends at school. Studied accounting and finance and economics, which surprisingly didn't teach me as much as I thought it would, but still taught me a decent amount. And then I also earn a lot of income from selling options, and my primary is real estate flipping in LA. So that's what my main sources of income are from. But as far as trading is concerned, ICT is my concepts. Yeah, so I'm thinking this is just going to be an all-day uptrend, guys. We do have this 4-hour gap. So if you notice, everybody that's short the market right now sees this big fair value gap. In this case, it's a 4-hour and a 15-minute gap, right? And a lot of people are trying to short this gap, thinking we're not gonna test these highs again. My thesis is that we're going to inverse this and we're going to test these equal highs at minimum. But yeah, what I'm going to look for now, hopefully we get some kind of a manipulation to the downside and an inverse, and I'll target these equal highs. That's my goal here. But based on what I'm seeing here, like I said, this is what I thought would happen, is just an uptrend up to the data highs. We didn't see a lack of displacement. This is a big bullish candle, so it's probably going to continue to the upside, but we'll see what we get. How's Tesla doing? Wow, Tesla with a big push. I called in the Discord. I think I called in the Discord, did I? Let me see if I put the option swing in. Yeah, I sent it. It was on Boeing, but one thing I did on a personal account that I did not alert in the Discord was selling a put on Tesla. So I have 2 sold puts right now. One was let me check. I think it's an August 20 or a November 1st put. Oh, first of all, let me check ES quick. But hold on. I sold a November 1st 185 put for $210 with a 0.08 delta yesterday. Close to market close. I was asleep. I had a limit order set. So that is probably going to open up nicely. And then I have a 225 put that expires today for, I think, $150 per contract. So it's not crazy, but not bad. Yeah, this is unfortunate, guys. I really wanted a good setup here, and we didn't get it. If you really want, you can be risky and try a 1-for-1 trade, because I do think the probabilities are high here. So it would look like this. I mean, I would never do this personally, but target the equal highs and set a 1-to-1. So right now for 3 MNQ contracts, if we do a limit order on this, right, you would be making $466 to risk $466. If you want to do it, great. I'm personally not going to. It doesn't follow my rules, but I do think that we are going to easily inverse this 4-hour, and then we also have the 15-minute, obviously, which is up here. I think we're going to inverse both, and we're going to go to the equal highs, just based on past experience. But again, it's not a guarantee, so I'm not going to be taking a trade unless the setup presents itself. If we get a manipulation down like this, okay, Where's my path tool? If we get something like this, manipulation down, take out some liquidity, we form an IFEG, then I will take a setup to target this high. But if we don't get that, we don't get it. So let me look at the 5-minute quick. Okay, I'm deleting this path. Now you guys know what it looks like. No 5-minute fair value gap. There is a 3-minute, so we could potentially get a rebalance of this 3-minute gap to continue us higher. Possibly. But so far it doesn't look too promising. I think at minimum we're going to retest the high of this 15-minute fair value, or the 4-hour fair value gap. So, I mean, you honestly could scalp something here if you wanted, but not ideal. Obviously not ideal. By the way, guys, at one point there was 5 people watching this and only 2 likes, okay? That means less than 50% of you have liked the stream. That's like criminal. So if you could like the stream, that would be great, because it helps boost the algorithm and more people will see the stream. And hopefully I can teach more people how to learn ICT. So we're going to probably hit the top of this 15 now. Or the 4 hour, sorry. The purple is the 15, the gray is the 15. The gray is the 4 hour, purple is the 15. There we go, we hit the high. So hopefully now we get a manipulation down. Guys, this was the most lackluster red folder new setup, unfortunately. Very lackluster. So we just hit, by the way, heads up, we just hit the top of the quarterly level. So this could potentially be a rejection point. Could potentially be, but I just don't think it is. I think we are going to go higher. I think you can scalp this to the candle's low. I think that that's liquidity that's going to get taken. But again, not a scalper. Not. Oh, whoa, whoa! Why do I have a limit order here? Thank God I didn't fill. Simon, appreciate you, brother. Thank you for the like, sir. Okay, so continual pushing here. We're probably going to test the high of the 15-minute, right? We said? Yeah. Oh, I didn't draw this correctly. The 15-minute high is here. So yeah, it looks like we are very likely to test the high of this 15-minute. If I was to buy here, take profit at 20... 240.75, that would be 153 profit, but downside risk is too high in my opinion. I'm sorry, guys. I wanted a better setup, but we didn't get anything, so not gonna cry, but it's part of the game as a trader, right? You only take the A+ setups. I have taken so many losses in my life, so many losses, that I know it's just so not worth it to be chasing price. It's never worth it. I've actually like conditioned my brain to despise taking a terrible setup. If in my gut I don't have, no need to be taking losses, exactly. If I don't, in my gut, if I don't feel a extremely high level of conviction before I click the button, I can't take the trade. Because the second I click the button, if I have this feeling in my gut that, oh, this is not really highly probable to be profitable, everything in my being makes me want to close the trade. So it's just not worth it. Years of taking L's, chasing price teaches you that. And eventually, if you don't give up, your brain conditions you to stop taking stupid trades. Like, I know when I click the button, every fiber in my being knows it's a good setup. And that's why my win rate is so high. My win rate is about 80% for day trades. Now, swing trades is a little bit different. It's more like 65, 70%. But I have a high win rate. A lot of stops at break even. So, yeah. It's like 15% break even, 5% L's. Should we take it with 1 micro? I really don't want to chase, but I'm very confident that we're going to at least go up to this 15-minute high. But listen, you can't really chase, right? We do have these equal highs, so hopefully we get a setup at some point to target these. That's all that I hope for. Also, another fun fact, Fridays are statistically the highest probability day for a trend day. See how we broke the quarterly level? And it looks like we're breaking it with some decent strength, so that signifies to me overall bullishness for the day. But let's see what we get again. Tesla back at 245, so my sold puts will be nice. Friday fun fact. Simon, what's your favorite stock to day trade, out of curiosity? Do you like the indexes like SPY, QQQ, or do you prefer like a specific company that you trade? So this is a time when looking at the 30-second chart might be helpful, just to understand, like, on a zoomed out, deeper level what's going on with these candles. But I don't trade the 30-second. I know some traders do. Not for me. Yeah, it sucks. One of the things that sucks about being an IFEG trader, your win rate is very high, but on a setup like this, you can miss a very big upside move. A lot of traders might chase this price and target, the very high likelihood area of it going, but for me, that's not part of my plan, not part of my system. Ugh, I want to scalp this so badly, but I can't. I cannot. And we're about to hit the top of the 15. Now look to see if we have a really nice rejection here. I don't know if we will, but I think if price is going to reject, it's going to reject right here. In this area, at least. Maybe we get what... Okay, so this is the only setup that I would take today. If we get something like this, we take some liquidity to the downside, fair value gap, equal highs. I need to see a manipulation to the downside. There's probably going to be some, excuse my language, some effery. I don't know how it works with getting demonetized or whatever, so I'm not trying to use foul language, but there should be some manipulation in these areas to stop traders out, and then maybe we get the continuation higher to the equal highs. On NQ, what does that look like? If we zoom in, I don't know if it'll even bring me back price to this area, but there are perfect equal highs right here on the 2 and the 1. So if you look right here at the H, 20,278.25, 20,278.25. So those are the equal highs. Let me just go to, because on MNQ they're not necessarily equal. It's just I use NQ for my calculations, but let me see. Are they equal highs on NQ as well? No, they're not. But it's the last candle for NQ, which equates to this high. So if we go back to where price is right now, if we can get there. Keep scrolling. All right, here we go. Then I will hold shift to make this linear. So that is where we want to see price go. So look how we're rejecting from the top of the 15. We keep forming 1-minute order blocks, but this is where price is going, in my opinion. This is the ultimate draw for NQ. Man, you see, this is where you get FOMO. I'd be like, oh, well, I called this. You know, I expected price to go up. But I can't chase, guys. The only way we take a setup is if we get a manipulation down first before continuation higher. Only way. Because the worst feeling in the world, one of the worst feelings, is chasing price up here, and then all of a sudden we get a dump, and you have to wait for price and pray that it continues up higher, right? So, how's my Boeing position? Wow, Boeing on a tear. Let's go. Wow. Oh, hold on. I'm looking at a 5-minute time frame. I mean, still not bad. I bought at 149.99, which was right here at the bottom of the fair value gap. So my hope is that we're going to get a bullish manipulation to take out all the shorts that have their stops above these highs right here. So at minimum, we get a 158 target. Yeah, so price just doesn't give us a break here, guys. Price just doesn't give us a break. Simon, it goes in phases of stock volatility. This year, I made good money on PBI between April to August. Day and swing trades. What's PBI? PBI. Pitney Bowes. I've never heard of that company. I wanted to follow you in the VA stock yesterday. Is this what you're talking about? Pitney Bowes? 1 billion market cap? Pitney, yeah. Interesting, I've never heard of this company. Yo, what's up, Coors? Yeah, we miss you, bro, but we did not have a good setup. An old franking mail company. How do you... What made you pick that to day trade of all stocks? Just curious. I mean, a lot of people pick the big names like the Mag 7s, but maybe there's it's just good PA, I don't know. Coors, did you take a trade, bro? Did you get... There was no IFEG setup, so I missed out on this whole run. I've been watching it, sadly. My target is the equal highs that formed on NQ. Yo, by the way, guys, if you're in the stream, please like and potentially subscribe if you haven't already, but it helps the algorithm. It helps other people see the videos. No, I didn't take any trades. Yeah, good, Course, because there wasn't a setup. But yeah, what I'm looking for now is a manipulation move down, potentially to take out some liquidity, and then target these equal highs. But if there's no setup, I can't take it. This is the time where a 30-second chart might not be a bad thing to have, but I haven't gotten the 30-second yet. I kind of want to get it just to have it. But yeah, I unfortunately will miss out on moves like this. Here I go again. I'm in the sand on this side and then PBI, it just looked so cheap in early 2024. The price doubled as well, so good on day and long, all sold out now. Got you. Yeah, the best thing is like when you're day trading and you have a long position on the stock and it's mooning, so you don't have that urge to be making money with day trading because you have all these long swings that are printing. That is when I think you perform best. When I have profitable swing trades, I mean, obviously you should have other income coming in apart from trading. But when I have the least amount of stress with my real estate and I have big-sized long positions that are in heavy profits, I find that my win rate is even higher and my profitability from day trading is higher. It all like works in a cycle. The more stressed out I am, the more complicated swing trades I'm in, and the less money I have coming in monthly, the worse my profitability is. So that's just something I've noticed from my my data. Man, this is like the ultimate FOMO, but you have to be patient. We have 27 minutes until market open. First macro time obviously is at 9:50, so hopefully we get some kind of retracement and manipulation back into this range, and then we get a long setup to equal highs, but not counting on it. Yo, if you guys are in chat, I'm curious if you've taken a trade on NQ yet. If you're in any trades at all right now. I was going to take a look at ES. So ES obviously took the data highs as well. 15-minute. So we are lower on ES, but ES hasn't hit the 15-minute fair value gap high yet, while NQ has. So no SMTs. No signs of that. Equal highs, not yet. Let's look at the 1 minute on NQ quick. Oh, I got lost in the sauce here. Hold on. Oh, here we go. Did we form any equal highs? No, we did not. Yo, if you're in the chat, I'm curious if anyone took a trade here on NQ, because I missed the whole move. Obviously, there was no setup that formed for me. But I want to see a manipulation down, and then I will target these equal highs. If I don't get a setup, if I don't get an IFEG, I don't trade it. And like I said, the 30-second might be a good chart to have right now, but I don't use it, so it is what it is. If we don't get a setup, we don't get a setup. Last week, we had a really good IFEG short for an 8:30 candle. 8:30 news candle on, I think it was on a Thursday? I can't remember. So this purple box that you see is the high of the 15-minute fair value gap. Right? That comes from this fair value gap right here, which we just closed above. And now that we've inversed this, I am bullish up to at least what I'm thinking is this fair value gap, where you might get a rejection. So on the 15, if you draw it out in time, this is where I think the potential rejection comes on the day, if we get a rejection. Otherwise, we're just going to blast through everything. But we just inversed the 15-minute, the 4-hour fair value gap, which is the gray one right here. The next candle doesn't close until 10 o'clock. So, what time is it Eastern? It's 9:07, so in 53 minutes the 4-hour closes. Yo, if you guys are in the stream, do me a favor and like it so other people can see it. I need to boost the algorithm, get some more subscribers. I want more people to see ICT concepts and learn them. Appreciate it if you could. If not, get the fuck out. All right, so we just got... Oh, no, not equal highs. Never mind. Banana. Banana. So again, praying that we get some kind of a manipulation down here to target the equal highs. If you didn't hear earlier in the stream, if you have perfect equal highs on a futures chart like NQ or ES, meaning like the same tick, like for example, this high, if you look right here on the H, if you get a candle that has a high of 20,258.75 and the one next to it is 20,258.75, so exactly equal, the algorithms use that as a magnet. So these are like a magnet for price. So the chances of these hitting are extremely high. So that's why I believe that this green line is going to get hit, because on the 2-minute chart, scrolling back in time a few days, perfect equal highs formed here. So it's an algorithmic magnet for price. So I am with a very high degree of certainty believe they're going to hit. And I think the main draw right now is the 15-minute fair value gap that formed right here. That is another area of price that is unbalanced. So the market wants to rebalance this area, and that is why I think we're moving higher here. So again, if we get a setup to that zone, I will take it. Otherwise, we have to sit and watch like disciplined traders. If you're chasing price up here, I think you'll still be right. But again, the point of trading is not to be right, it's to be disciplined. And over 100 trades, are you profitable or are you not? And I guarantee you, if you chase price here and you take 100 trades with this type of a setup, you will be unprofitable. Because if the market reverses against you, you're in significant drawdown. Look at the RR here. Look at this. Your target is here and here. Your potential downside could be data lows and lower. What is this RR? It's terrible. Like, why would you ever take this? Doesn't make any sense. So over time, you want your RR to be high, right? You don't want to be taking negative RR trades, because over 100 trades you're going to be in loss. Yo, Kors, are you what setup are you looking for? Like, what's your target for a trade? If you're still in the chat, I'm curious to see what you're targeting on NQ, because I'm targeting the equal highs in the 15-minute unbalanced gap, but I don't know if I'm missing something that you see. On the hourly, are we missing something? No. 30-minute? No. Yeah, these are my two main draws, personally. I wish I would have taken something earlier, but again, there was no setup, so. If anybody's in here that's currently live trading, I'm curious to see what your targets are for NQ. Oh, okay. No. Thought that would be a nice big red candle. But it wasn't. So again, guys, if we get a big manipulation down here, take out some liquidity, form another fair value gap, we will target the equal highs. That is the only trade I will be taking. Notice how I have a setter. I've taken so many trades and seen this setup so many times that I can anticipate what needs to happen before it happens. If you don't know what your setup is, if you're not an expert at your setup and you can't envision what it is likely to look like before it happens, I don't think you're ready to be trading with real money, personally. I think you need to see a setup so many times where you can anticipate, not necessarily anticipate that it's going to happen, but know what it will look like if it does happen, just based on your experience looking at price from the past. Wow, my latency must be terrible if you guys are only hearing me now. That's why I hate YouTube. Once I get a few more followers, I'm going to start closing the live streams out and doing it on Discord solely, because the lag between real time and the stream is like almost immediate, versus YouTube has like a 15-second lag, I've heard. Buy a sell scalp, but a sell scalp setup for the 10 to 20 points is valid too. Oh, for sure. But I just personally, when my bias is bullish, I don't short. Too much liquidity is behind for it not to go down first. I mean, yeah, cores, in theory, yes, but a lot of the times when price just moves up and up and up like this, like when we have this type of a setup where we just keep going up with no drawdown, price going down, that manipulation move is very small. It's hard to catch, but you're right that sometimes it does happen, sometimes it doesn't. But in this case, it probably will, maybe down to the top of the 4 hour, but I just wouldn't. It's statistically improbable for me to try and time a short here, just because of how bullish price is. But if you have a good setup and maybe you trade on the higher time or the more zoomed in time frames, like the 15 or the 30 second, maybe you'll get something. I don't know. So boring just watching. Missing a whole... How many points was this? From low 20,063 to 20,263, so almost 200 points. Watching it happen in front of us. Isn't that fun? Here I go again. 15 minutes till market opens, so we will see volatility then, guys. So hopefully we get a big move down at market open, and then we will look for a fair value gap setup up to here. But until then, we sit and we wait. Are you guys primarily NQ traders? I know Coors is an NQ trader, I believe. Pretty sure. Simon is a stock trader. Bobby, who always joins the live streams, he trades NQ with me, and then there's a few others. But if you're new to the stream, I'm curious to know what you trade. Also, if you guys don't follow me on X, follow me and send me a DM, and I'll follow you back, because I always like to follow people that watch streams and trade NQ. There's a lot of finance accounts on X, but not as many futures traders. There's definitely some, don't get me wrong. Definitely a decent amount, but especially if I interact with you on a stream, even more the reason to follow. Here I go again. So this is probably, I'm assuming there's like a 30-second fair value gap somewhere in here. And now we're inversing it. Forming a order block. On the 3-minute, this is a really nice looking order block, but again, we're so high that I just can't justify it. So we're going to watch price go without us. Sadly. Sadly. Did we leave equal highs here on NQ? No. So we just took out internal. So maybe we take out internal liquidity, come down, and then move up. Definitely a possibility. This could also be a breakaway gap, which I doubt, but it's always possible. I'm in Los Angeles. I just came back from Japan. Here we go. Wow, so bullish. It's incredible. Oh, hold on. No, so on MNQ we have perfect equal lows here, but on NQ, which is the one that you should be using for your validity of levels, there is no equal lows. Wow, guys, so ridiculous. But again, it is what it is. We gotta watch price. Hopefully now, okay, so we got a liquidity sweep. If we get an inverse, okay, guys, so here's the short setup that Coors is looking for. Now, again, we have to get an IFEG here. You could try a short here, but now we're bouncing out of the 1 minute, so fuck, it's so tough. If you're short, if you're bearish short term, this IFEG could be a setup. But again, I would never take this. I am bullish, so I think it's improbable, but it is technically a small stop. However, if price is really bullish and we close below this on the 1 minute, the 1 minute close on the next candle could be massive. So your stop loss would have to be a hard stop, in my opinion. Maybe a stop at the 50% or mean threshold of this candle's wick. But again, I would never take this. So just a heads up, guys. Woo! So there's the 1 minute close. And again, this 1 minute next candle should be a hard stop, if anything. But I think that there's a lot of manipulation, and I don't think this is a good 1 minute, in my opinion. Here we go again. Coors, are you in this, bro? Yo, also, I have a question. If anyone here uses Streamlabs, is there a way to change your latency mid-stream? Like, is that possible, or can you only change it? Can you only change it before the stream starts? Okay, so here's that woman IFEG. Like I said, this is the liquidity you would be targeting. On NQ, it would be this liquidity, these two candle lows. So finally getting that manipulation down that we wanted. But again, I would never take the short, but I still anticipate it happening. Because I'm bullish, I would never take this short. But again, if you are a scalper, then this would be your bread and butter here, right? See how we don't get full delivery? Which is unfortunate, but nature of bullish price action could easily happen. Again, I would never take this. I'd rather wait for the manipulation and take the long than take the short. How everybody trades differently. For Coors, maybe he took this and he's profiting. But I don't know. Waiting for him to answer because of the stupid lag on YouTube streams. Also, one thing to note, guys, if this is the intermediate high that's forming, draw a wick from data high to data low. Not data high to data low, from just high to low of the leg. And this is where we ideally would want to see a retracement to, which is a 50% level of this leg. Now, I'm saying now we don't have to go there. Let's see if there's any 5-minute FEGs. We are rebalancing this little 5-minute. We do have a 5-minute below it right here that we could come back to. Here we go again. Yeah, so obviously the wicks are where we're going. Wait for them to hit. And then I'm looking for an upside move, but again, there's no good 1-minute fair value gaps that are forming here. So far, no long setup. But we could easily come back down again to rebalance this 5-minute. We do have a 5-minute below it. Here at the 50%, let's see if there's maybe a 15. We do have two 15-minute fair value gaps that formed here. So there's a lot of different areas that price could rebalance to on the downside. One thing I am grateful for is the down move. Because again, I want to generate liquidity to move back higher. From here, right, if we just took a limit order from here, or even a market order, take profit at 22.7850, which is the equal highs. On 3 micros, that's all you have here. That's a $276 move. That's not bad. I already made $60 in the pre-market before I got on live stream off of a 15-minute rebalance, but again, that's like a small move compared to what we could be getting here, which right now is a $300 trade. So after we sweep this, maybe this 5-minute low, this 5-minute fair value gap and 1-minute low, maybe we'll get a setup from there. Ooh, okay guys, so if we get a 2-minute fair value gap that forms like this, let me change this color so we don't get confused. Make this gray. If we come down into this 5-minute or some other 5-minute or some other fair value gap and we inverse this 2, that is the setup. In my opinion, that is probably an A setup just because we already rebalanced the 4-hour and the 15. But I think that will be a decent long up to these equal highs. Now, I would suggest you take partials either at this high or this high, just in case we get a triple top or whatever you want to call it, and then we reverse down further. And then you would hold a runner up to the equal highs. Wow, let's go. Tesla is ripping. So it's interesting how NQ is seeing a slight sell-off and Tesla's holding, so that's good. Hopefully this 2-minute closes as a fair value gap, because I do like the look of this 2-minute FEG so far. We have less than 30 seconds till the close. Yo, if you guys are in the stream and you haven't liked it, better like it. Help the algorithm out. No, come on. Let's keep this 2-minute open. All right, I like it so far. 5 seconds left. Let's keep it open. Come on. All right, beautiful. So, market open in 4 minutes. So there could easily be some massive candle that forms here. I hope not. I hope we get at least 5 to 10 minutes of market open before taking a setup, but because again, the manipulation right at open is a little bit iffy. I don't like taking trades right at market open. I'm going to remove this, but you guys can see the trade setup here. It is almost a 5-to-1 RR trade. I just don't think we've balanced enough liquidity yet for this to be an optimal long, but you can try it. I don't like it because of how close it is to market open. Here I go again. I would give this now, because of the time and because we haven't taken out enough sell side liquidity, I'd give this a B plus setup. 6.5 out of 10. Why does this have to happen right at market open? So annoying. 20 seconds till the close. I don't think we're going to get the close, but let's see. Okay, so no 2-minute close yet. Again, guys, I think that the draw is higher, but I think there's going to be some manipulation before we get there. That is all that I will say. And unless we get a really good setup, I will not be taking it. Discipline is the most important thing. And I know that gets boring, but unfortunately, profitable trading is boring trading. And again, we still haven't even balanced a 5-minute fair value gap. Right? So at minimum, we want to see a couple of these get balanced. Whoops. And I'm going to delete this and this. No, I'll actually keep the 15. Is anybody... Course, did you... Wait, I didn't see. Did Course say anything? Oh, shoot, I missed the chat. Sorry, guys. By the way, is this 2-minute going to close? I don't want... I'm not going to take a 2-minute that closes at market open. Yes, I am looking for 10 points. I'm out. That was clean. Good stuff, Course. I didn't even see your chat. My bad, bro. So, Course took the IFEG short, it sounds like, which was a good setup. I'm not going to lie, it was good, but again, not part of my system, so. But good job taking that trade, Course. 5 seconds till market open, guys. Wow, so I just got an alert that TLT is crossing 95. Wow, okay. I really want to focus on NQ, but let's quickly look at it. So bonds are at the level that I was looking for. I am going to be adding a position back on TLT if we get below the low of this candle, which is 94.84. So I set an alert for 94.84 on NQ. I mean on TLT. So if you guys didn't know, bonds are one of the things I'm looking to add as a very sizable position. In the Discord, I was calling back here in the 80s and 90s. We took our profits at 100.57. I was looking for a retrace, and I want to add back for my next targets, which will be 109 and 120. When the Fed lowers interest rates, when the Fed cuts, the yields tank and the prices of bonds skyrocket, and TLT tracks long-dated treasury bonds, specifically the 20 years. So that is going to be a really good add. I'll alert in the Discord, obviously, when we do add back. But again, I said here, so for a benefit for you guys watching, we are going to be adding below this candle, which is at 94.84 for a long-term position. Okay, I like that we're finally rebalancing some of these. Ideally, we'd want to see a 50% retracement here before we get the longs, but we'll have to see what the market gives us. I'm glad we didn't inverse his 2-minute. But when we do, That should be a decent setup. Now, it is permissible for us to just balance this 5 minute and continue higher. But at the end of the day, this, so we just formed another 2 minute right here. Or we, not necessarily yet. We'll have to see where the candle closes. But let me label this an IFEG as well. In reality, this is the 2 minute that has to close above for us to continue higher. This 2 minute, you could try it for a lower risk long with anticipation this will close above, but I will not be taking a long until both of these fair value gaps inverse. And ideally, I want to see us retrace to at minimum 50% of this leg, right? That's going to be acceptable for where longs will form. Cores, that was clean. Yes, easy trades. Yeah, bro, that was good. I commend you for that one. Here I go again. Los Angeles. I just came back from Japan. I'm happy TLT dumps is dumping. I will learn the Discord when I add it for sure. She a dirty dog. Anyone else not a wussy and taking trades like Coors is, scalping intraday? Or are we all little bitch boys? So guys, 950 macros coming up. So hopefully we get a strong move to the upside at this point. That is when I will look for my long. And if you guys didn't know, 950 to 1010 is a really good macro time. What is that? It's a time in the markets that algorithms tend to move price. So if you don't believe the markets are run on an algorithm, I feel bad for you. But there are highly complex codes and computers that run the markets. And when we hit specific times of the day, the market moves faster than others. That's another fun fact for you that didn't know. Wow. Very big bullish reaction there. Here we go again. Wow, this is really a good candle. How's Tesla doing? Wow, Tesla's going off. Hold on, let me see what's going on here. I want to see how my sold puts are doing. Ooh, let's go. All right. So my November 1st puts are up 30% in one day. That's awesome. My October 4th puts are up 100%, almost 93%. So I will hold those for the rest of the day because I don't think Tesla's going to dump to 225 by the end of the day. We could have a Black Friday market crash, right? But here we go again. I'm in Los Angeles. I just came. And how's crypto doing? Let's see what's going on. Coinbase is up 3%. I was thinking about adding some Coinbase for a long-term position, but I am holding off because I have a very big position in Bitcoin. I'm over-leveraged on crypto. Oh, this looks so good. Guys, I would take this as a long. Honestly, I would. But I need this 2 minute to inverse first. Damn. So still no 2 minute close. Did we form any equal highs on NQ? No, we did not. We just took out an internal high and now we're dumping. So hopefully we get more of a sell-off here. Ugh. Come on, market, let's go. Let's ideally see a retracement back to 50% of the leg. This, guys, if you get a 50% retracement, my confidence in longs will go up significantly because in my eyes, that is justified as enough down move and enough rebalancing of the market to continue as higher. If we don't get a 50% retracement, be more cautious with longs or shorts, whichever position you're looking at. If you don't get a 50% retracement of a leg, the odds of continuation are a lot lower. So hopefully we get that before a continuation higher. Then if we get maybe a nice 1 minute, we can take that to the upside. If this 1 minute inverses, that's probably going to take us down to 50%. And again, guys, we're waiting for a 2 minute close above this to take longs. I will probably take 1 micro if that's the case. But if we take the 50% level first, I'll take 3 micros. So we will change this depending. So the probabilities change, again, depending on where we rebalance the market to. But overall, I am still confident in these equal highs in this 15-minute getting taken out. It's just a matter of when. And if you're patient, you will get the right setup. Just be patient. Such a good end. I've been calling this for a while. Thank God it's hitting. So if this inverses, guys, again, I will take it with a 1. Just because also we're at the top of a 50-minute gap. It's not even close. We're not even at the macro time yet. It's early in the day. Statistically, this is just a lower likelihood of this following through. But it's still possible. It's taking cores. It's taking back the liquidity. What you think? I mean, pretty much just what I explained. I think we'll probably retrace to the 50% level before we go higher. If we do inverse this too, I'll try it, but again, I think that we'll probably get stopped out on the trade. That's why I would only take it with 1 micro. Yeah, it seems like NQ is lagging us. How's ES doing? Oh, I forgot to add new week opening gaps on the chart. So that is another thing to point out. We just bounced perfectly from a new week opening gap. Interesting. All right, so that definitely adds more confluence in my eyes as support. So at this stage, I don't think we'll have to retrace to the 50% level. Wait, how's it? Let's look on. No, I'm not going to use the new week opening gaps on MNQ. Let me add the 50% of this leg for the NQ. We're right at the data highs. Yeah, so I definitely have more confluence of a 1 minute working here because we bounced out of a new week opening gap. But that's the only reason. Anybody else long or short on NQ right now or have a bias? Again, my bias is bullish and I'm waiting for a proper setup to get there. But if you think that we're bearish to 50%, I think that's possible too. Let's go, Tesla. Okay, guys, we got 8 minutes till the macro time. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ugh. Boring. God damn. Picked the wrong day to be trading NQ. God damn. Does MNQ have a new week opening gap at the same spot? It does. So guys, the only reason that I would anticipate a higher likelihood now of this bouncing from this, reacting positively from this inverse is because of this new week opening gap. But again, I would still ideally prefer to see the 50% retracement before the long setup. And for those of you who are still in here after watching all this boring price action, props to you. I think you'll make it the farthest. It takes a lot of patience to be able to sit and watch a market do this and not do anything. All right, so let's see what we get here, guys. If you want a lower risk trade, you could try taking a 1 minute here, which I don't think is bad. Honestly, I don't. But again, the ultimate... Oh, no inverse there. The ultimate PD array that has to be violated to the upside is this 2 minute. No fair value gap here. Tesla is killing it. Back up to 249.50, so that's really good. Okay, so we got another bullish reaction out of the new week opening gap. And it's close to the macro, so... It's really high up, but again, if we get it, I will take it with 1 micro. I want to see Tesla get back up to 250 today. That would be awesome. Really, really shitty price action. Look how we're just going up and down. Look at this bar coding. Up, down, up, down, up, down. No respect. Did Tesla even get back to 250? Not quite. 250 is right here. ES also bouncing from a new week opening gap. Okay, so hopefully here we'll see that 50% retracement. We are reaching into a macro time here, and we do have all this low resistance liquidity. If you guys notice, look at all these highs, and it forms a trend line, right? So this will get taken out at some point. Here we go again. All right, macro time in 1 minute. So let's see if we get a reaction here. I think we'll probably potentially sweep all this LRLR and move higher at the macro. But we will be looking for the 2-minute close. And ideally, we'd like to see a manipulation within this macro. And then we see the continuation higher. Again, that's the end goal. $20 seconds. Okay, so down move so far. I still think we're going up here, guys. I really do, but again, see what we get first. But guys, if you had to choose a day to trade, right? Look at this price action. Okay, this is obviously beautiful. We missed it. There was no setup. But once this happens, like, do you want to be in this? I wouldn't. I would rather wait for something to take out one end of the range and then look for a setup. So a lower risk add here if we get an IF. Okay, first of all, I'm going to keep that there. Sorry, guys. Let's keep the IFEG here. Keep it labeled as an IFEG. So hopefully we get the 50% retracement here, right? But hopefully now we get a 1 minute fair value gap here. That would be a better setup. Stop to break even would be at this high. You can target liquidity as your take profit 1, and then you hold a run or 2 equal highs. That's what the trade will be. It's not the most obvious 1 minute though, I'm not gonna lie, so it's not perfect, but let's see if we get a bullish reaction from this 50% level. If we just cut right through it, guys, again, here's another fun fact for you. I told you about trend days being on Fridays. I told you about equal highs. If the 50% level of a leg is respected, meaning that we get a big bounce out of the 50%, that is a very key sign of bullishness. Obviously, if it bounces, it's bullish. But if you see no respect to the 50% level, you should immediately be looking for liquidity on the opposite side of the leg. So in this case, I would completely disregard longs if the 50% was bearish. If the 50% just wasn't respected and we cut right through it, and I would target this, this fair value gap right here, and then this data low. So we're balancing the 1 minute here. Let's see if we get back down to the 50%. So let me know if you guys knew that. If the 50% level of a leg, if we cut through it, if you realize that now that turns the algorithm essentially bearish and we target opposite liquidity, so the downside liquidity. A lot of people I talked to know about the 50% retracement, but they didn't know about the fact that if it's disrespected, that liquidity to the downside is then targeted, or vice versa, the opposite side of the leg. So for those of you just tuning in, we're looking for a 50% retracement, IFVG long to target liquidity and equal highs. We're being patient. We're inside the macro time, which is good. But we want to see a bullish reaction out of the 50%, and then we can look for our longs. If we don't see a very nice bullish reaction from this leg, then we will be potentially targeting downside with this 1 minute fair value gap as our target, and this 1 minute fair value gap as our next target right here. Let's make it gray, standard fair value gap. So if we just cut right through this, guys, I will scalp a short down to this fair value gap. But if we get a strong reaction out of it, I will obviously be looking for longs. So I'm going to get a sell ready just in case. Yeah, so it looks like we're not really respecting it, which tells me we might go down to data lows, and then maybe we get a huge buy side of the curve long later in the day. I don't know. It's too low to take now. But there you go, guys. So lack of respect to the 50% level. The only thing that could save us now is this 1 minute fair value gap. But apart from that, I would be targeting data lows and this fair value gap now. So the whole time we've been waiting for longs, and now the market reverses and we're looking for shorts. So this is the only savior left in the market now, this 1 minute fair value gap. We have 30 seconds left till the close on this 1 minute. But you see how I called that, guys? Lack of respect for this 50%. We're balancing 1 minute fair value gaps to the downside. And now again, like I said, if we don't inverse this 1 minute, I think we're going down to this internal low and then data lows. Fair value gap and data lows. So the next few candles here are super important. Once we get back into this 1 minute, so once we get back into this 1 minute, that is going to be basically the buys for the rest of the day, or at least for the short term until data lows. If we get an inverse above the 1, that will be a great long setup in my opinion. But if we don't, then we're going to go back down to all this liquidity. We're getting there now. See that, guys? Crazy. What a move on the day. See how that works, guys? 1 minute candle close below the 50%, no respect for it, and then we go down. Unbelievable. So, okay, guys, this is where the market gets interesting. Okay? First of all, now this becomes our bias. Okay? This is that obvious 1 minute gap that we're looking at. Once we get an inverse here, and hopefully we close back above this, I will target longs, and I think that'll be a very, very good setup. Stop to break even will be at this internal high, and then we will target equal highs. I think that we could easily get that today, but we ideally want to see data lows get taken first. Now, we are balancing this fair value gap, so this could be the draw that ultimately takes us back up. I'm thinking that we take the data low first, but we don't have to. This could be the area where we stop selling off. Possibly. So either one. Daniel VR8, I'm bored, so want to see what you up to. Yo, Daniel, are you do you follow me on X, or how did you find the stream? When you say you wanted to see what I'm up to, do you know who I was from before, or you just randomly stumbled across this? Okay, so we're balancing the 1 minute still, and seeing a bullish reaction from it so far. So X. What's your handle, bro? If I don't follow you, I want to follow you back. I always like to follow people that support watching the streams. So still a bullish reaction out of the 1. Like I said, guys, I think the data lows are the draw now, but if we get a reaction out of the 1 minute, that's totally fine and more than enough confluence for me to take longs. Even if we get a 1 minute inverse here, guys, you could move your stop to break even once we hit this 1 minute gap. So I actually like that a lot. Label it IFVG, purple. Now you follow me, Daniel VR8. Is that the same as your X handle, or are you something totally different on X? All right, so we're 1 minute completely, just a tiny little balance into it. Could easily come down and trade to the data lows now. Again, now we're too low to short, but oh, should I chase it? I really want to chase it, but should I chase it with one contract? 20,063.50. What do I get for one contract chasing here? 35 bucks. I can't do it. Sells played out. Cores, bro. Sells played out. I'm chasing it. And I'm just going to do like a 1-to-1 trade here. So my buy stop will be right here. If I get stopped, I get stopped. Looks like I'm going to get stopped out on it. But we'll see what we get. Again, this is like a fun chase with 1 micro. It's not a big deal. Let's see if we get it, or if we get stopped out on it. I just think price is so bearish that I probably won't, but again, easily could, so it is what it is. Okay, so we almost... Yeah, we could easily get stopped here, guys. And... Wow, almost... And... Wow, I cannot believe I didn't get stopped out there. That's hilarious. I think I probably still will, but let's see. Okay, so I was green there for 1 second. Okay, guys, I'm going to move my stop even lower here. Just because if the market's going to sell, it's going to do it right now. Otherwise, it's just going to probably reverse, so rather just get stopped out. Oh my god, my life's over. Don't chase, dummy. I know, it's just 1 micro, though. So once we get data lows, I will go full size if we get a IFEG set up on the 1 minute. AMD, since you haven't realized. AMD, since you haven't realized. What do you mean I haven't realized? Let me not be superficial. Okay, guys, hopefully we get this 1 minute setup. Okay, so we did balance out of the 1 minute for value gap. Want to see the 1 minute IFEG form. If we do get it here, then I will take a stop. A long stop will be to break even at this internal high. Gonna remove this 50% retracement level now. Also, if we get this 1 minute, you can try another short back down to data lows. Okay, so let's see what we get here. If you guys take this short, I would give this probably a 6 out of 10. Only reason is because we've already sold off a lot. And again, you don't want to be like me and chase price with unless it's 1 micro. But regardless, not a good idea to chase price with anything of respectable size. Man, we are just not getting a break today. Just got to keep watching it. Do nothing. I'm on the 1 minute right now, of course. What do you see that's bullish on the 1 minute? Our main liquidity is this data low. Again, it doesn't have to be taken because we're bouncing out of a 1 minute fair value gap. But we're not going to see bullish price action until both of these inverse. Technically, this is a miniature market structure shift on the 1 minute. But before we even consider longs, we'd want to see this bearish PD array get violated. Because you're on the wrong side. Just wait, and 1 minute is not bullish. Laugh my ass off. Yeah, I didn't say it was bullish. I think, unless you're talking about cores. It's only bullish once we change structure on the 1 minute time frame. So again, if we inverse this 1 minute, likely we're going to data lows, but again, I'm not going to chase that with a sizable position. Talking about cores, yeah. Maybe cores is seeing something I'm not. Maybe you're looking on the 30-second chart, but on the 1 minute, we're definitely not bullish yet. By the way, I will chase this on with 1 micro if we get it. But if we don't, I won't, obviously. Take profit will be at 20.06350. So far, it's a bullish reaction, so I don't like that already. But we want to see a 1 minute close below, and ideally a big candle. Okay, so far a good reaction out of this 1 minute. If we get a very big bullish candle here, then we could definitely look for longs. But that is my only consideration. Otherwise, I will either scalp a 1 minute with 1 micro, or I will 3x the size, and I will take considerable full size long for this eval account at that point. Okay, let's see when this 1 minute closes. It closes in 20 seconds. Okay, so that was almost an inducement candle. It looked like it was going to be one of those like, oh, here we go. All right, so I'm going to scalp that. My stop will be a close back below the 1 minute. And I'm gonna make my take profit one tick above the data low. Okay, guys, I'm gonna move my stop to break even here. And there's our take profit hit. Bang! All right, so first actual trade of the day. We're now what do we have? 1 win, 1 loss, right? Because we had that scalp that we lost for a small loss because I moved my stop loss down. And then that win was bigger than our loss. So profitable on the day so far, which is nice on this eval. Course forever talking about the pullback, right? VR8 IDK. I'm not a financial advisor. All right, so data low just got taken out. Now, guys, we're trading into another 1 minute fair value gap. I mean, a new week opening gap. 50%. Where did this 50% come from? I don't know what the hell it is. I'll delete it. Wow, my scalp is itchy. There's a lot of humidity here, and I think it's fucking with my skin. Gotta get some lotion. All right, so now we've taken out a lot of this liquidity, right? So we had this accumulation, manipulation. Now we're distributing down. We did take out a lot of sell side here. We could take out more for sure. We have a new day opening gap right here. And we could potentially get... This is why I don't like drawing a bunch of boxes. Okay, we're going to delete this 15. But we have all this accumulation here. So I think we might take out some liquidity here and then we could move higher. But we also have this low resistance liquidity. So we could actually have a big move down here to take all this out. Definitely possible. Now you realized AMD. I mean, bro, there's a lot of different scenarios. So this could be an AMD, and it looks like it is in this scenario. But we did have these equal highs here that I thought was going to be a target. So my job is not to anticipate AMD before it happens. If it happens, great. But I make a lot more money trading small moves intraday, not trying to account for a huge accumulation, manipulation, and pray that we get distribution later. That's not how you make money, at least for most traders. And if you do that, your win rate is probably very low, because a lot of the times you will be wrong. But what's your main model, Daniel VR8? I'm curious what you primarily... What's your main model that you trade intraday? Or are you more of like a swing trader for futures? So look at this, guys. Tons of LRLR here. So we could easily dump, obviously, like Daniel said. Oh, you're a CRT trader? Are you a Romeo fan? Romeo, whatever you want to call him? So we did take a lot of liquidity out. Now, we're bouncing from this new week opening gap. If we get this 1 minute, I would consider that a decent trade. At least back up to this internal high. Again, I think right now it looks like we're going to be taking out all this liquidity, but again, if we get the inverse, at minimum, we'll target back to this internal buy side. Let me not get superficial. I'm in Los Angeles. I just came back from Japan. Oh, shit. Here we go. Here we go again. Daniel, did you hear what I asked? Are you a Romeo fan? Did he teach you CRT, or did you learn it from somewhere else? Yeah. Yeah. All right, so good reaction here so far on the 1 minute. Guys, who's taking this long? I'm busy playing Clash Royale. Clash Royale, huh? Is that what you do when you're bored of trading or watching the charts? I can rewrite the pet. Alright, so we might get this, guys. Too far. Now, we do have a tiny 1 minute here, so this is not a plus in my eyes, but... Counting down a lot of bullshit. What the hell just happened? Can you guys see my screen? Oh, there we go. Sorry. I accidentally fucked it up. So I do like that we're bouncing from this new week opening gap, like I said. Do we have more new week opening? So we're bouncing again exactly from that new week opening gap on a regular NQ as well as micros. Okay, guys, so we might get this here. Let's see if we get the 1 minute. Keep in mind the macro is at 10:50, so we do have time until then, right? It's only 10:15, so we got 34 minutes until 10:16. We got 34 minutes until the macro. But we could easily get a trade back up into this 1 minute high. Now, I'm not going to take this long until this 1 minute closes above as well. So I wouldn't... This could be inducement, so I'm not going to take it just yet. And again, I'll only take this with 1 micro. Why? Because the RR is not good. If this gets stopped out, the stop loss is huge, and the take profit / break even is whichever one you prefer. I'm going to take it with one micro, so I would have to take my profits at this high. Yeah, look at this. 2089 to 2049. 40-point stop. Oh, we got it. Now be very careful here and move your stop to break even quickly. In fact, I'm going to do it right now. Just because I'm not comfortable with the size of the stop. All right, let's go. So now we are 2 wins and 1 loss on the day. Yeah, when I'm waiting for price to do its thing, I just hop on Clash Royale. So Daniel, who did you learn CRT from? Romeo? Or did you learn it from somewhere else? I don't think you heard me the first time I asked you. So guys, that was beautiful. We have 3 trades on the day, 2 wins, 1 loss, and the 2 wins were much bigger than the loss, so that's how you do it. And again, I was practicing good risk management because the stop loss here was so big, I used 1 micro, and when I chased, I used 1 micro. So if we got something really, really good, I would take it with 3, but I haven't seen that yet. So if we inverse this 1 minute, I'm done on my on this eval account for the day, I think, but because we're profitable. But I will maybe switch to a paper account and take this long. But I do want these equal highs, so maybe I'll do it with another micro just because I have conviction. But so we're forming a potential 1 minute order block here as well, and a breaker. We just rebalanced this 5 minute. We do have another 5 minute right here. If this 5 minute inverses, guys, I will be so bullish, and I will take that with 3 contracts up to these equal highs. I'm just looking on X. Some of the really good traders that I like. Not big traders, just like friends of mine. Also missed the IFVG setup this morning. So far, a very bearish reaction from this 5 minute, lack of displacement above the 1. But we could easily see continuation. I have a suspicion that we are going to continue down here. But this setup right here can either be a very bullish one, but if we inverse this 1 and we continue down, I think we're going to see selling down into the 475s on QQQ. So this is like that inverse head and shoulders that people talk about. So you guys know what an inverse head and shoulders is, right? That's like the retail trader's thesis or a retail trading pattern. So if we come back down and we inverse all this, then I think it's going to be quite a bearish day. but we'll have to see what happens. If we break above this 1 minute high, I think we're going to go much higher. So we took out liquidity on MNQ. I just want to make sure that we did on... Yeah, we took it out on NQ as well by a tick. 5-minute rejection. LRLR down here. So this could be a very deadly day. Definitely could be deadly. If we get back above this 1 minute, then I will consider longs again. But apart from that, I think that we're going to have a down day for the rest of the day. Yeah, guys, look at all this LRLR. This is going to get taken out very soon, I believe. Probably today, just based on what I'm seeing. But, again, we're so low that it's not really worth me taking anything. So I'm going to stay on until 11:10. After that macro, I will be out. But let's see what we get. I want to see if my thesis is going to play out, if this LRLR is going to get run or not. Yo, does anybody listen to Juice WRLD unreleased music? I'm listening to some shit on some old stuff that somebody composed on YouTube. Some of the stuff that this guy makes is like unreal. It's so good. Let me look at the 2 and the 3 quick. Oh, this 2 was fun. This is dirty. Oh, wait, did we close below? Oh, no. This is not really even a valid trade. But if this 2-minute closed below this fair value gap, that would have been a really nice short. What I theorize we might get now is a rebalance of this 2-minute and then a rejection. But, again, we're not in the market of predicting when it's low probability. Yeah, guys, I have a feeling this is going to be a pretty bearish rest of the day, just based on what I'm seeing. And I think we're going to have some really big candles that take out all of this liquidity. Cores, are you in anything, bro? Or are you done for the day like me, pretty much? I'm happy to watch the market go down without me. That's the thing. Once you've been trading for long enough, guys, you're able to watch trades. Especially after you have profits for the day. You're not going to just sit and risk your profits on low probability things. Do you see that LRLR cores on the higher time frames? Like, look at the 5-minute on NQ. Look at this LRLR that I drew. I think all this is going to get run. We'll probably trade back down into this new week opening gap. Should I play a game of chess while we're waiting? Oh. So we're getting a secondary bounce from the new week opening gap. Just draw the LRLR here on NQ as well. I have it on MNQ, but I just want to have it on both charts. So guys, we also have I think they're perfectly equal. Low of 19,913.75. Low of 19,913.75. So we also have equal lows here. That's also a potential draw in combination with that LRLR. Yeah. Okay, so we're having a bounce from the new week opening gap again. Wow, my ears are hurting, bro. I need to get a new set of headphones because these are like these beats that press against your ears. They're super old that one of my friends gave me. But maybe I should get some Air Maxes or whatever. But I also I'm like one of those conspiracy theorists with the Bluetooth. I feel like having Bluetooth right next to your head is like frying your brain. So I want to stick to wired headphones. Does anyone have a good recommendation for like a good set of wired, like not like in-ear pieces, but over-the-ear headsets? If anybody has one that they like, let me know. I'll be right back. Hold on. Alright, I'm back. Oh, nice 1 minute inverse, but I'm not taking that. Fuck that. Also, we just formed perfect. Are these perfect equal lows? Yeah, bro. I would definitely avoid taking longs here. We have more equal lows here. Though I wouldn't be surprised if we come back again to the 2 minute right here. But I'm not in the business of trying to scalp at this area. Guys, and thank goodness it's Friday. We're two for 3 on the day. I'm not in the business of taking anything else. I'm done. I've had a very profitable week. If you guys followed our live trades, we had winning days each day so far. Okay, so we should be going to this internal high now. Okay, so now that we took this internal high, I would move your stop to break even. Again, this is a stupid area to be trading, in my opinion, but that is up to you, right? Look at all this chop, guys. I do like the equal lows at the new week opening gap, and my bias is now bearish for the day. The only way that'll change is if we get a inverse above this 1 minute for value gap right here. And this one, obviously. There's a very big obvious one. So I will draw those out. Cores. Sorry guys, I'm playing chess. I'm not seeing the chat. Let me actually put up the live chat on another screen. Cores is done for the day too. Yeah, you guys, if you miss the moves that happened already, I'm sorry, but now is not the time to be trading. Low resistance liquidity run, all those getting taken. Yeah, 100%, bro. Look at this. And I just spotted equal lows here. So we have LRLR and equal lows. Yeah, guys, I think right now my bias is definitely bearish. Oh, bullish reaction there. Which makes me think we're going to balance the 2-minute here. So, look at that on the 2. This fair value gap. There's the 2-minute rebalance. Now, from this 2-minute, I think we can definitely reject these equal lows. But if we get a full-blown reversal here, totally acceptable. Once this 1-minute closes above, I'm sorry, this 5-minute closes above, I will go full-blown long up to these equal highs, by the way, guys. So I will wait patiently. Preferably, this will happen after lunchtime macro, so at 11:50. That's when I ideally would like to see it. So 2 different scenarios here for sure. So let's see if we get a nice 1-minute setup. Okay, so if we inverse this 1-minute, So bullish reaction from the 1 so far. Yeah, see, this is not the area where I want to predict price. I just want to let it be. And if I get a reaction from this 5-minute, then I will go full size long up to here. It's that simple. But I'm not trying to predict anything here. Okay, so we're inversing this 1 minute, which tells me we're probably going to go to this internal high now. Right? Wait for the 1 minute close if you really want to take it, but again, I'm not interested. Yeah, and it's probably going to work, but again, I just think this whole area is low probability setup, so. Damn it. Okay, guys, the macro starts in 2 minutes, 3 minutes, right? Wow, it feels so good to be done. Like, watching this ass price action now is just not worth it. Hey. Wow, Tesla's back up to 249. Holy crap, that had a big sell-off too. Let's go. Those sold puts of mine are going crazy. Cores, no volatility left in the markets. Yeah, we're consolidating right now for another move. In my opinion, I think it's going to be to these equal lows. And then I think we're going to run all the LRLR. But we just had 2 massive moves. So yeah, definitely not any reason for the market to move convincingly in one direction without that consolidation first. Yeah, it's so much better to just sit and watch this. It feels so good to be done. Take 2 or 3 good probability setups and just sit and relax on a Friday. Chillin'. That's the way it's done. I'm in Los Angeles, I just came in from Japan. Yeah, see now, you're right. I think you're talking about this LRLR course. So there's 1 minute LRLR, and then also there's high time frame LRLR right here. And equal lows. Dude, why is... Oh. Here I go again. Okay, so probably going to go back up to this high now, but again, we did already take out an internal buy side here, so I don't think this is as good of a play. It is a 1 minute inverse, don't get me wrong, but not my favorite. In fact, let's log out of this account. Let's log out of this, and we're going to move to paper trading. I'm trying to run this... Yeah, I did see that 1 minute IFEG course, but I don't like it because we took out an internal high already. So it's probably going to hit, but it's not a high probability trade in my opinion. Or were you looking at this 1 minute? I don't know what you're looking at. Did you guys see, there was a thing on X that a man was found in India who they claim to be is 188 years old. There's a video of it. And he looks like he's 188. It's crazy. Yeah, so you're probably right, Cores. This probably will hit, but again, I don't like taking a 1 minute IFEG at lows with equal lows below, especially when we already hit internal buy side. Did we hit the internal high? We did. So now we have an internal high that swept an internal high. Internal high that was swept to create a new internal high that was swept to create a new internal high. So we could get a dump here, but again, not interested in trading after we caught a great move. Three good trades, 2 to the downside and 1 to the upside. Okay, guys, so... Whoa, what the heck? So we're almost done with the macro. That's when I'm going to log off, guys. I hope you learned some good stuff. How do I stop this recording? Oh, there we go. Okay, I just stopped the recording. Hope you guys learned some stuff today. And the first thing is don't chase price. Don't chase like I chased on that 1 minute short. And then we waited for a really good 1 minute inverse, right? If we go back, it was right here. We took it short to the data lows. And then we also took this 1 minute inverse back up to this internal buy side. So we had two good trades, one chase that we should have never done. But good way to end the Friday. Our Tesla sold options that we called in the Discord are printing like crazy. Let me take a look. Our TLT call that we sold at 100.57 is now selling off. I'm going to be adding this below 94.89. And then I just want to check Boeing quick because that was one of my ads at 149. See if that's had any movement today. Not really doing much on Boeing just yet, but this is, again, a long-term swing. But regardless, pretty good day. And I wish you guys all the best. Should I just get off now? Oh, we have equal highs that just formed on the 1 minute. Oh, no, we don't. Never mind. I don't think much else is going to happen. But what will I leave you guys off with? Yeah, you see there's not even any good setups to these equal lows either. Not even a 5 minute setup. Not even a 2 minute setup. Not even a 1 minute setup. If this 1 minute inverses, I mean, maybe, but it's not obvious enough for me to like it. So yeah, nothing there. If you guys have any questions, make sure you follow me on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. And then if you haven't subscribed, I'd greatly appreciate it if you did. And you can click the whatever alarm bell thing, notification thing. So next time I go live, you'll see it. But I wish you guys the best. If something happens in the next 5 minutes, I'll call it in the Discord or on X. But I hope you guys have a good weekend. Peace out, Cores. Peace out, Daniel. And whoever else is on here. Simon, thanks.